It had been nearly a decade since Claire and I crossed paths at university, a time when our lives seemed destined to intertwine forever. At 30 years old, I had everything I could have hoped for: a loving wife, a promising career, and the soon-to-arrive joy of becoming a father. Claire, equally thriving in her career, was expecting our first child, and together we had built a future we were both excited about. Life felt perfect, a beautiful chapter unfolding in front of us. It was my 30th birthday, a milestone I had been eagerly anticipating. Claire, ever the thoughtful planner, had arranged a special dinner at a high-end restaurant to celebrate the occasion. As we arrived, my heart swelled with pride at how stunning she looked, her dress fitting beautifully over her growing baby bump. Our conversation was filled with dreams about our baby's nursery, the names we were considering, and our shared excitement about Claire eventually leaving her job to become a full-time mom. Everything about that night felt right, until it all came crashing down. The evening took an unexpected turn when a man in a sharp suit approached our table, holding a thick manila envelope. I was confused at first, unsure why he would come to us in such a setting. But as soon as he addressed Claire by name, her reaction told me something was terribly wrong. Her face went pale, her hands trembled, and she stiffened like a statue. Her eyes locked on the envelope as though it contained a secret she had been keeping from me. "Are you Claire Adams?" the man asked. Her voice, barely audible, confirmed it. Without a word, he placed the envelope on the table in front of her and said, "You've been served. You are required to appear as a witness in the divorce trial of John and Emily Saunders." I was stunned, trying to process what had just occurred. Claire, who had always been so composed, sat there frozen, her eyes wide with shock. Something was terribly wrong, and my heart pounded as I watched her struggle to form a response. "Open it," I urged her, my voice tight with concern. With shaking hands, Claire ripped open the envelope. Her face drained of color as she read the contents. The message was chilling. Claire's boss's wife, Emily, had accused her of being involved in her husband's infidelity. The accusations were damning. My mind reeled. How could this be happening? Claire had always been professional, committed to her work. Yet here it was, her name linked to something I never could have imagined. "Claire, what is this?" I asked, my voice trembling. She avoided my gaze, insisting it was a mistake, a misunderstanding. But the more she denied it, the more my doubts began to fester. Her long hours at work, the weekends she spent in the office. It all started to make sense in a way I hadn't been ready to confront. For weeks, I tried to make sense of the growing distance between us. Every time I tried to talk about the trial, Claire deflected, brushing it off as a formality. But my suspicions only deepened. It was as if she was hiding something, and the weight of it began to suffocate me. In a moment of desperate need for answers, I made a decision. I would attend the trial myself. Claire had insisted on handling it alone, but her refusal to talk about it only pushed me further. I needed to know the truth, no matter how painful it would be. The courthouse was filled with an uncomfortable tension as I walked in, hoping to remain unnoticed. But as I sat down in the courtroom, I was met with an unexpected look from Claire. Shock, fear, and something else I couldn't place. It hit me then. I wasn't just about to witness a divorce trial. I was about to unravel a web of betrayal that would shatter everything I thought I knew about my wife. The case unfolded rapidly, and what I witnessed next left me breathless. Emily's lawyer revealed a series of explosive revelations, including photographs and videos that implicated 3 women in various indiscretions. My heart dropped as I realized Claire was among them. Each detail that came to light felt like a knife twisting deeper into my chest. The most gut-wrenching moment came when Claire was called to testify. Her tears flowed freely as she confirmed the allegations. And when asked about the photographs, she hesitated before admitting, yes, she was in them. But it wasn't over yet. A video was played, a recording that only Claire and the judge had seen. My pulse raced as Claire, unable to bear the footage, broke down in sobs. The video confirmed everything. She had been with her boss, and in that moment my world crumbled. The truth was out, and I could no longer deny the devastation that flooded through me. I stood up, my legs weak from the emotional weight, and walked out of the courtroom, leaving behind everything I thought I knew. I couldn't stay. I couldn't pretend anymore. In the weeks that followed, I distanced myself from Claire, staying with friends and family as I processed the heartbreak. But the questions kept nagging at me. Did her affair start before or after she got pregnant? Was the child even mine? The uncertainty was unbearable, so I demanded a prenatal DNA test. It was the only way to know for sure. When the results came back, my heart shattered. The test showed with 100% certainty that the baby was not mine. It was a blow I wasn't prepared for. Standing in front of Claire, I tossed the results onto the bed. "It's not mine," I said flatly. Her cries intensified, but I couldn't find it in me to comfort her. The betrayal was too deep. "I'm divorcing you," I told her, my words cutting through the air like a final verdict. "I can't live with this anymore." And just like that, my life as I knew it ended. The divorce was swift. Claire fought it, but the evidence against her was overwhelming, and the court sided with me. I walked away from the life we had built, leaving behind the home we had bought together. But in the end, I made sure Claire and the child were financially secure. I chose to take more from our savings to ensure they could live comfortably. As for Claire's affair partner, well, he faced his own consequences. Let's just say he had some time to reflect on his actions in a very different way.